Hi, I'm State Senator Randy Brogdon from Owasso, Oklahoma, and I want to welcome you to this segment of the Senate Minute. The last couple of weeks have been pretty exciting in and around the state of Oklahoma, especially with many legislators. We are getting ready to go back into session here in just about a month or so, and we are hurriedly getting all of our bill requests in and getting ready to set the agenda for this next year's session. This last couple of days has been kind of action-packed. We, the Senate Republican Caucus, have spent the last 2 days on the campus, the beautiful campus of OSU, Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma. We had our caucus retreat, and the purpose of this retreat was to set our agenda for this upcoming session. And I got to tell you, one of the things that excited me about our retreat is as I listened to my colleagues and listened to the discussions around the table, I recognize that every one of us in that room has a desire, and we feel a great deal of responsibility to help set a very positive agenda for this upcoming session. I think one of the things that you're going to see from this caucus is we will have an agenda that will help create jobs. Of course, we're going to deal with some of the issues that we deal with every year, like tort reform and workman's comp reform. But we're also going to have some very pro-family issue initiatives again this year. One of the things that I'm personally excited about is Senate Pro Tem Glenn Coffey has asked me to run the bill this year that he has authored last year, and he will be filing it again this year, but he's asked me to take the lead to try and get this particular piece of legislation moving forward, and it's the Office of Accountability. I don't believe there's very many people around that doubt that we could improve the way that we do business in the state of Oklahoma. We're going to make the politicians and the agencies more accountable to the people. So it's an exciting year, you know, with this new sense of leadership that's coming to the state. We have a greater obligation. We have a responsibility to take charge and to lead in the right direction, and I believe that's exactly what we'll be doing in the Senate this year. I was very fortunate last week. I was able to go to the ALEC conference in Washington, D.C. In that conference, ALEC is the American Legislative Exchange Council, and their mission, their underlying mission is to promote good public policy based around capitalism and the free markets. And it was exciting for me to notice that Oklahoma was singled out as a shining star on some of our legislation that we have passed, or at least authored and passed over the last 2 years. One that I was a Senate author on 2 sessions ago was Senate Bill 1. Senate Bill 1, we created the Taxpayer Transparency Act, which created a website, a Google-based website, where every citizen of Oklahoma can now go online and do a Google search, very simple, and find out where every penny of their hard-earned tax dollars are being spent. State legislators from around the country are using our legislation as model legislation to take back to their particular state. So a great piece of legislation. We were recognized for that. There was also mention of a bill that we tried to get passed last year, and it was the 10th Amendment resolution. This 10th Amendment was something that is near and dear to the hearts of most constitutional conservatives, those of us who believe that freedom is what is the hallmark of our nation. And one of the things that has stripped away bits and pieces of our freedom and our liberty is the fact that Congress has usurped their congressional duties and powers. So we have tried to reclaim our constitutional freedom by limiting the government to its constitutional duties. And what I mean by that, there are only a certain amount of enumerated powers that Congress can exercise. So our 10th Amendment resolution ordered the federal government to cease and desist of any and all duties and all regulations, all mandates that are not specifically spelled out in the Constitution. I'm happy to say that my colleague in the House, Representative Charles Key, was a House author. He got that passed overwhelmingly off of the House floor. And I'm sad to say that I was not able to even get a hearing on the Senate floor. But I believe with the new leadership in place, this year we're going to get that bill passed. We're going to reclaim our freedom and our liberty and our states' rights. And that's something that every Oklahoman should be proud of. And let me just end by telling you this. I think that working together, each one of us should set our sights on a greater Oklahoma. Let's renew the vision that our founding fathers had and our forefathers had. And I want to encourage each one of you to stay dedicated to liberty. Thank you for visiting or for listening today, and join us again next time on the Senate Minute. Thank you.